Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just checking in on my lunch break today. As per usual, I'm out for a walk on the trail, and the last couple of days would not have really wanted to be outside. It was extremely hot. We had temperatures in the 30s Celsius, but with humidity, which is the killer, 40 degrees or more. So, we were approaching that 110 Fahrenheit kind of range, but, with like 80%, 90% humidity. So that just pulls the life out of you. Anyway, like I say, just out on the trail here, enjoying some sunshine. It's a little bit cooler today. I mean, it still feels like 30, but there's a breeze. It's only actually in the 20s. It's not so bad. Wanted to make a video today to talk about, well, just update a couple things, and then also just talk about something that, man, I've talked about this on this channel before, and it always seems to resurface right around my birthday. Today's Monday the 22nd. My birthday is on Thursday the 25th. And honestly, guys, it seems like every year, starting in July, this stuff just starts happening. So I'll get to that. Okay. So what's been going on the last few days? So haven't been sharing much for running lately because I was going to do an update video. I was going to do share some workouts and stuff from last week. And then Thursday morning on my long run to work, I sometimes commute in on Thursday mornings. Gives me a midweek long run of 18K, 11 miles or something. I got about 2.5K in and just landed the wrong way, I guess. I don't even know how it happened. Just landed and all of a sudden had a sharp pain on the back of my ankle, as if I kind of jammed my ankle. And man, it sucks, because instantly right away I knew oh shit, I'm not going to be able to continue this run. This sucks. This is a bad jam. It's kind of I think it's posterior ankle impingement, kind of where you jam it behind that ankle bone back near the Achilles. And obviously it's not a bad one or anything. I'm out here walking today just 4 days later, and I mean, while it's still sore, it's not, the mobility's back. So I have full range of motion. It's still sore. I've been taking it easy over the weekend and not, working it too hard. And I'm hoping that it's not going to change my plans for this Sunday, which is my goal race for sub 140 half marathon. Yeah, so it's coming very soon. It's only a few days away, and right now, today's the first day I'm not walking with a limp. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, yeah. So the funny part about it is that it's going to switch hands here. I don't have my selfie stick with me. So the funny thing about it, though, is that this happened 12 hours after actually registering for the race. And so, it's just my luck, but the circumstances are kind of funny, because I got the registration transferred to me from a fellow Run Nova Scotia member who was unable to partake due to injury. So instead of being, SOL, instead of being shit out of luck, he made a post in one of the groups hey, can you, does anybody want this registration? Let's figure something out. So of course I'm yeah, well shit, I haven't registered yet, so might as well, right? Might as well just get it from you. I'll transfer it, and we'll do that whole thing, and you're not out. So it's all good. We were just going to do that. I had to wait till payday so I could put a little bit of money on my credit card that I use for, it's just a small card that I use just for race registrations and stuff like that. And, that we got set up online for that particular purpose. And it did all that, went through the transfer process, began that process anyway, and then it was too late to do a transfer online. So we had to contact the race director, which was fine, just took some extra steps and a couple of extra days, because I had to go back down to the bank, take that money off the card so I could transfer it I had to put it in my bank account so I could transfer it to this guy through like e-transfer. So it was just a lot of different things that had happened. Like, it was a lot of work, and I really had no problem doing that at all. You know, like, shit, I didn't want to see the guy out like $70 or whatever. But it was just hilarious that we went through all that, and then 12 hours later, I'm out on my run and jammed my ankle, and it's, you know, maybe like a 25% chance I'm not even going to be able to run it on Sunday. So it's just hilarious to me. You know, I keep saying to Jamie that, and this kind of ties into the next part of this, you know, the hilarious thing about this whole experience, and again, it seems to rear its head around my birthday, is that this whole thing is just one big cosmic joke, I think. And I'm the butt of the joke, you know. We are the butt of the joke, man. Like, we don't know what's happening. And for those of us that can see the patterns and see the more than coincidence that happens, man, it's almost comical. That's why I say it. It's just like we're the butt of joke, because it doesn't matter what we do. I gotta start turning back and going the other way. It doesn't seem to matter what we do. There's always there's always a test, or there's always like something that comes out of it. But then if you just trust that it's going to be fine, you just, you know, you don't dwell on it, which is what I've been trying to do. I've been just trying to keep a positive mindset. Just, you know, took it easy all weekend, played some video games and whatever. You know, you just got to like trust that it'll be okay. And then it usually is okay. But it's just funny. So before I say like the crazy part about this whole thing, I will just say that, you know, it's been a lot going on this week. Birthday week and leading up to it is always crazy for me for some reason, even though I like don't celebrate my birthday really or do anything. Like, I don't even really care. It's just another day. But it's just funny like how much is going on. So like, you know, it's race week. I was randomly contacted by another running friend here on YouTube that, you know, is going to let me basically permanently borrow an old running watch, which, man, like, I really appreciate that. Again, thank you so much. So that's already being sent. So like, that's probably going to arrive like basically as a birthday present, which is awesome because this person didn't even know it was my birthday. But it's so great because I just don't have a running watch and never have for the basically 3 years I've been running. So this will just be so much better than having to carry my phone around. I probably still will on most leisurely and long runs and stuff, but like for a 5K race, the last thing I want to do is have my you know, my fuel belt on with my phone in it, because I've got to record my race somehow. Oh shit, a bird just flew out of there really close. Anyway, so that's going to be great. So did that, went and got something else taken care of that I've been putting off for a very long time. Won't get into details on that one, but I might like talk about that in a separate video. But that, you know, that was really cool. That was something that was a long time coming. So very, very excited about that and happy about that. But also there's another kind of one of these weird little coincidences involved with that story as well. Again, cosmic joke. But yeah, so we got that going on. You know, excited about the Lion King remake. I love Lion King. Like, so it's awesome that it's going to be the, you know, the live action version. We're going to go see that tomorrow. I'm so excited. And then, yeah, getting prepared to go see Tarantino's new movie as well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's just like so many cool, awesome, positive things that are happening. And then, you know, like sitting on top of the world, right? Like everything's perfect, everything's awesome. And then boom, just out of nowhere, ankle injury. It's like, I knew everything was going too well, you know? It's like, I kind of know that there's going to be that level of balance now. So it's like, there's no point in being pissed about it or being upset by it. I just understand at this point in time, it's going to happen. Oh, hold on. Hey. Couple of bikers there, just didn't want to get them in the video if they didn't want to be in it. Anyway, yeah, it's just hilarious, like just knowing that it's going to happen. So first thing, we'll go to the first thing, which is when I went to do my run. Okay, 12 hours after signing up, man, these horseflies are all over me. I got to get out of the woods. Holy shit. So yeah. Anyway, gonna do this this run to work. Feeling good, you know. All right, got registered for my race. Last like 10 days before race day to get everything under control. Get my last couple little fitness tests in, and so I'm running along, like I said, maybe 2.5 kilometers in, and I have literally no idea why, but I start thinking about just Achilles in general. I'm not even thinking about it. An image or intent or energy of some kind, it just manifests in my brain, talking or presenting Achilles. Just, that's it, right? Like, no rationale behind it. So then my human brain starts thinking about that and starts like thinking, well, what does that mean? And just kind of going off on a tangent. And, you know, just thinking about like the guy that I got the race from, you know, that he couldn't run because of an injury, even though it wasn't like Achilles related that I know of. Start thinking about how, you know, everybody has an Achilles heel. Got another biker coming here. You know, everybody's got an Achilles heel, so thinking about that. And just then thinking about the Zeppelin song, because I've been listening to a lot of Zeppelin lately, Achilles' Last Stand. Started thinking about that, and just the whole thing is just, you know, the thought is just Achilles, right? So it just doesn't make any sense why this just came into my head so strongly, and then within a minute, I stepped down and injured my ankle near the Achilles. Just gonna let this person go by. Hi. Hello. So yeah, I mean, does it make any sense? No. Did I manifest it? Was it a premonition? I have no idea. But here I am, just like this image of Achilles flashing in my head. My brain starts spiraling out, doing tangents, doing some road mapping of what Achilles means, and then I injure myself. Not Achilles, but super close, like down on the back part of the ankle by the frickin' Achilles, out of nowhere. So, I don't know. Is it premonition? Is it manifestation? Is it both in some way that I can't understand? Maybe. Hold on, more bikers. Hey. Hello. So, yeah, all right, I gotta get off the trail here because these horseflies are getting at me pretty good, and I gotta get back to work. But I wanted to finish up the last couple thoughts here. So, another thing that happened is the next day, I have to go into like a government building to do this thing that I'm doing. And so everything's just running super smooth, like super, super smooth. I expect delays when I go to a place like that. You expect things to just not be like perfect, but literally everything was just working so perfectly. And as I was going from the one section to the last section to do the final thing that I needed to do, which should have taken 2 minutes, I made the mistake of pointing out how well it was going to Jamie. I said, man, this is running really smoothly. And instantly I thought to myself, no, see, now I just screwed myself. I just jinxed myself. I should not have said that. That was the worst thing I could have done. And sure enough, I get up to the counter and there's a mistake with the paperwork that the one person had done. Nothing to do with me, but it generated another half an hour delay because things had to be redone. So it's like, oh my God, why do I do this to myself? Why do I even think or say things? Because this is the final thing I'll talk about before I really got to get out of these flies. As soon as I observe the the connection of these way too many coincidences. As soon as I recognize this pattern and I vocalize it and I start thinking about it and I start like exploring the realm of possibility in manifestation or premonition or whatever it is, then it disappears. It's almost like how light reacts differently when it's observed. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, just Google that and you'll find some interesting stuff. It's almost like how the energy that is part of my life reacts differently when I observe how it's acting. That makes no sense to me. Although in a way it kind of does, because energy sets intention in motion, so I get that. But you shouldn't be able to like, man, it makes me never want to think of like bears, like never even like think of the word bear while I'm out on the trail. Because does that mean I'm instantly going to manifest a fucking bear to come out and like start mauling me? I mean, I'm really close to the road right now, so I don't feel too scared. But you know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous how strong this is in my life and how often it occurs. So much so that I just can't even comprehend how it's real. But I know that it is because it's happening to me and it's all the time. But then once I start exploring it, trying to understand it, trying to like, meditate on it to like get a better understanding of how I could maybe harness it or at least understand or interpret it, it goes away. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. Anyway, I got to get back to work. I just thought I'd give you that update. So hopefully I'm going to be able to run my half on Sunday. But you know what? If not, hey, whatever. Is that the plan? I don't fucking know. So, yeah, we'll talk soon, guys. Going to get back to work. And let me know down in the comments below whether this is completely crazy or if you can relate. All right, peace.